Hi, so a friend of mine pointed me at this. Actually, it's in the comments. Once he saw the thing that I did on magnetic gears, he said, hey, have a look at William Fraser and his axial gear. So if you just plug that in Google, the YouTube will come up. And it's really interesting video, tiny amount of views, and certainly deserves more. But what he was doing was absolutely fascinating. And so I decided to replicate it. And I spent an hour or two this morning and I made something very similar. And this is what it is. Of course, builder's board. All it is a bit of builder's board and some bolts screwed through the board. And then I put a little axle on it and a little bearing. Then I made two of these here. These again, builder's board, bit of steel glued on, and then we've got some magnets. Now, on this one, there are 8 sets of magnets facing north and south. So 16 magnets in total, 8 pole pairs. And on this one, we've got 1 pair of magnets, so another 2 magnets, 1 pair. So we have 9 pole pairs. Now, I drilled out 9 bolts to match that sum of 9 pole pairs. And if we put those together, this is absolutely really cool, to be honest. There we go. We put them together like that, and we turn that. Then this one turns in the ratio of this one. So it's 8 to 1 gear ratio. Every 8 turns of that, 1 turn of that. Every 1 turn of that, 8 turns of that. And I thought that was super cool, actually. So if I do that, and there we go. And you can see that turning. Now, something to notice, as I turn that in that direction, this one is turning in that direction. So that little disc is where you add the pole pairs together. So there's 9. Of course, I made another one where you take them away. So here there's 7. 8 minus 1, 7. Now if we put that on, this is really cool. And we turn that. This one turns in the same direction. So if you add the pole pairs together and get the thing like that with them added together, they turn in opposite directions. If you take them away, they turn in opposite, the same direction. I thought that was cool. Now I made it like this because I wanted to try something else as well. If I've been holding this block here. If I hold the magnets here and turn that one, there you go. That center one is now turning in the same ratio. That's absolutely super cool. And it's turning in the opposite direction to the way I'm turning it. Now we've got the other one in, holding it. And now it's turning in the same direction. That is just, I mean, that blew my mind, actually. I don't know if anybody else is seeing this, but I'm seeing a hub motor here. That would be the bit that rotates and goes to your wheel. That would be fixed, and that would be where you have the rotating magnetic field, because that's what we've got. We've got a rotating magnetic field. So although I'm actually turning that, I don't need to turn it. I need to rotate the magnetic field, and of course I can do that with a coil. So if I stick a simple coil here, pull pieces up to my drive wheel, fix this side here, I have a brand new design of hub motor. I mean, is anybody else seeing that? I mean, who knows how efficient that would be? But that bit where this center block turns if you hold one here and you turn the other one, and of course the ratio is to do with the pole pieces, then you actually get that centerpiece turning all by itself, which is, I thought, really, really cool. It's really cool that they act as a reduction gear like that, or, you know, obviously speeding it up like that. And Michael does something with wind turbines and generation on his video. But what I loved is that if you fix that one and turn that, then the center bit turns as well. Anyway, I thought I'd just quickly share that with you because it absolutely fascinated me, and it was a really simple build. I mean, you know, we're talking about 7 bolts in a plastic disc, a couple of magnets glued onto another plastic disc, and it gives you a way of actually exploring that. So I thought I would share it with you. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for watching.